Another tool is available to help business management easier for small entrepreneurs in the Philippines. Peddlr offers free tools, including a mobile point-of-sale system, inventory management to modernize and digitalize small business operations. To tell us more about this, we are joined by Peddlr Philippines' Head of Product, Ken Chan, and its Finance Director, Mark Anthony Santos. Ken, Mark, good to have you on the show.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Now, Ken, tell us, what was the inspiration behind Peddlr? I mean, what specific problems were there in the Philippine market that Peddlr aims to solve?
Okay, so it's quite an interesting story. So our founder and CEO, Nalag, has been working in multinational FMCG company for quite some time and living abroad. And in 2021, he went back to the Philippines and went to his province, Catbalogan, Samar. And then he realized and noticed that, the way our micro and small businesses are doing their operations still the same, still manual, very, inefficient. And so he talked to the merchants, he worked with the community and came up with the three main pain points of the small and micro merchants. So first is basically inventory management. So it just makes sense, there is no alternative in the market and even pen and paper cannot solve it. Second is there is no affordable tool in the market that automates financial transactions that gives our business owners a visibility of their profit, their credits, and of course cash flow, which is very essential in running a business. And the last one is these merchants has no access to capital and financing because they don't have financial records. So these are the pain points that Peddlr are solving, and our strategy is simple. We make the app very simple so that everybody can use it. And also we offer it to our merchants with no cost. It's for free so that we can, accelerate the adoption of digitalization among our micro and small merchants in the Philippines.
Thanks for that, Mark. Now, how do you guys define Peddlr's ideal user? How do they look like?
Actually, what's good with Peddlr is that every type of business can use Peddlr. So right now we have around 200,000 online active users. They're sitting in 1,400 cities and municipalities in the Philippines, across the Philippines. And when you look at the demographics of our active merchants, every type of merchants, name it, we have it. So we have sari-sari stores, we have mom and pop shop stores, we have food and beverages, basically everything.
And what strategies are in place to reach and acquire new users for Peddlr? We all know all of these apps are up and coming, but what sets Peddlr apart? How are you marketing this to attract more sari-sari store owners, which I think, as we read in the report, they're really your main user base?
Yeah, that's right. So basically, we're trying to solve their pain points. Like from a complexity standpoint, we're making it very simple. From a cost standpoint, it's free. And what's good with Peddlr is that we're providing a good customer experience to our users. Right now, we actually have around 200,000 active community members in our Facebook community, wherein each of one of the users are basically helping one another.
How about Ken? I mean, what is Peddlr's current monetization strategy? What are the plans also for future revenue generation with your product?
So yeah, as Mark mentioned, the app itself is free. This is really in line with our goals to help micro and small businesses and to really get them to take the first step towards digitizing their business and their operations. But instead, we're focusing more in terms of monetization on offering value-added services that they can opt in to avail from us. So this includes the e-load, game pins, bills pay, these different types of services that's really there to help them augment their income. Later on, we're looking at more services that we can actually offer to them. And this includes what Mark mentioned earlier, which is helping bridge them, these small business to creditors and credit providers to help fuel their growth. Really, the thinking is more about what are the other products that we can actually offer to them to help them do their business, whether it's to address their operational needs or to help them earn more. And it's always an open conversation with our user base. We're proud to have a very strong community base, a 200,000 strong FC community. And basically, it's really to understand their need and create a solution for it.
When did you launch this app, Ken?
So we launched around 2021 in June. And yeah, we've been running for going 3 years already.
And right now, how many users does Peddlr currently have?
Currently, we have active user of 200,000 across the Philippines.
And like what you guys mentioned, it's currently free to use. Are there any plans to introduce premium features or tiered subscription plans this year or early next year?
Yeah, so there are plans. So currently it's still in the pipeline. One of the key things that's important for us is really to understand what's the immediate need of the business right now. And it's really a continuous feedback loop between us and our communities. And basically from there, we prioritize which product we should release first. But for sure, that is one of the things that we are doing.
And can you elaborate on the user research that led to including all of these features and how it really specifically benefits and targets sari-sari store owners? And how are you able, to get sari-sari store owners not just in Metro Manila, because we all know they are everywhere in all neighborhoods, barangays. How are you making sure that you're able to tap to this really huge market?
So I think first and foremost, it's about how do we distribute this product. So everything's done online. We acquire users through online means, as Mark mentioned. So really, there's no boundaries in terms of the physical distance. Secondly, we have a really strong community base. Word of mouth has been a really big help to us to reach, to spread our app further and really grow us in the past, in this past 3 years to reach where we are at the moment. So we distribute it, we get it out into the market very efficiently.
And tell us more about, of course, user privacy data. How does Peddlr deal with sensitive business data? I mean, what are some of these specific security measures that you have put in place, in the app to protect user information, especially considering the potential lack of robust cybersecurity practices here in the country?
Actually, in Peddlr, we value the trust of our users, and it's very critical that we secure their data. So in Peddlr, we deploy different strategies and controls in terms of data collection, data processing, specifically data storage. And also we have specific team members dedicated in doing audits, doing monitoring of the transactions to ensure we're compliant with different governmental institutions like Data Privacy Commission, SEC, and other agencies.
In the Philippines, we all know we are experiencing one right now. It's prone to natural disasters, these climate change phenomenons. Does Peddlr have offline functionality features that allow businesses to continue their basic operations in case of internet outages or lack of internet infrastructure?
Yep, definitely. So actually, one of the things that we ensure that Peddlr is built towards really addressing the needs here in the Philippine market. And we know even on top of like these natural occurrences, we know that there are also certain locations where internet connectivity is a challenge. So the Peddlr was built to really address that. It's built with both online and offline functionality. So it would work well in both. We have the base POS app that they can continuously use offline, then just sync when they get a chance to connect to the internet. And the same goes with their e-load game pins, etc., which they can actually still transact even when they don't have an internet connectivity.
And after 3 years in the market with 200,000 users, what are your metrics for success? Any feedback that you've gotten from your users to really show the Peddlr's impact on MSMEs, especially in sari-sari store owners?
I think a lot of it is more about looking at the number of users that are using it and seeing if they continue to use it. And on top of that is understanding, are their businesses growing? So we've actually done a short study a couple of months back, and we were able to see actually businesses that continuously use Peddlr do grow. Probably the number I'll need to check that and get back, but there was a significant growth for this business who continue to use it. So it's definitely, there's something, it definitely helps them grow their business. And secondly, I think it's more about the non-qualitative means where we look at the community, we saw these people posting about how happy they are using our app, how these are helping them address their specific needs. And even to the point that they're sharing their experiences with other users and telling them, hey, I do it this way, this is what's able to help me, and perhaps you can also use this. So they're basically getting them happy enough that they're willing to be our champions to help acquire new users, to help onboard new users.
Ken Chan, Head of Product, Peddlr Philippines Incorporated, and Mark Anthony Santos, their Finance Director. Ken and Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so
for
much.
having us.